The governor's stay-at-home order goes into effect in just a couple of hours at midnight. Right now, it's set to run through April 10th.
This afternoon, law enforcement agencies from across Cascade County held a press conference, and they encouraged the community to adhere to the governor's directives and stay at home unless there is a critical need to leave. Workers and businesses that are considered essential can still operate under the order. People can still go out and do things like get groceries, buy food from restaurants, go to medical appointments, care for others, and enjoy the outdoors while practicing social distancing.
Travel throughout Great Falls and Cascade County is not restricted. Law enforcement officers are not stopping community members simply to have the community member justify their travel. Officers, deputies, and troopers, however, will continue to execute proactive police patrols, respond to calls for assistance, and make traffic stops where appropriate.
The order does not prohibit restaurants from continuing to offer takeout, curbside, or delivery service. You can find a list of businesses still operating along with more information about the stay-at-home directive at KRTV.com. Cascade County now has 7 confirmed cases of coronavirus. We don't know details yet about the 7th case reported earlier this evening. We do know the 6th case reported last night is a woman in her 20s who got the virus from out-of-state travel. Officials are working with healthcare facilities to test those who are showing symptoms. Many have asked MTN why little information is being released about the patients. County Health Officer Tricia Gardner says federal laws prevent them from disclosing identifiable information, which includes where they live or local locations they visited. She says an internal process starts once someone tests positive for COVID-19.
We're working on it right away. We start that investigation immediately, and generally within a few hours we're able to get a hold of most of those contacts.
Officers tell us the contact investigation is standard process for the Public Health Department when tracking any communicable disease. Well, there are 121 confirmed cases across the state, including at least 7 hospitalizations. Toole County now has 5 cases. Gallatin County continues to see the most confirmed cases with 42. We're also learning more this evening about Montana's first coronavirus-related death. 77-year-old Jim Tomlin, a retired Washington State teacher, died from complications from the novel coronavirus yesterday afternoon in Kalispell. Tomlin's son Scott tells MTN News his father had developed a cough last weekend while on vacation. After returning home Sunday, he was taken to the ER Monday afternoon. By Wednesday, he was transported to Kalispell and was on a ventilator. He died less than 24 hours later. Scott Tomlin tells us Jim's wife was able to speak to him over the phone once. However, he and his siblings live in Washington and are under a shelter-in-place order.
He never stopped being an educator. He never stopped learning. He always wanted to teach. And if this is his last lesson, hopefully it saves lives. He would be proud to know that he affected people enough to change their behavior for the better.
Scott says he and his family relied on each other for support by chatting through social media. The Cascade County Treasurer's Office is changing up its operations due to the shelter-in-place directive. According to a release from the Cascade County Commissioner's Office, starting Monday, the Treasurer's Office will be open by appointment only. That includes motor vehicle registrations and renewals, as well as property tax payments. You can call or schedule an appointment online. People can also renew vehicle registration online. Property taxes can be paid that same way, or by check, or putting it in a drop box. President Trump invoked the Defense Production Act to increase the availability of life-saving ventilators before signing a massive stimulus measure that could put cash in Americans' pockets as soon as next week. CBS's Skylar Henry is on Capitol Hill with the latest.
I've never signed anything with a T on it.
President Trump signed the $2 trillion coronavirus relief bill into law, making way for the biggest financial stimulus plan in modern U.S. history. The CARES Act gives up to $1,200 directly to most working Americans, expands unemployment insurance, provides hundreds of billions of dollars to businesses, and delivers immediate financial relief to hospitals.
The American people deserve a government-wide, visionary, evidence-based response to address these threats to their lives and their livelihood.
This is a 9/11 moment, a time to put partisan differences aside, policy goals aside and work together as Americans.
President Trump used the Defense Production Act to compel General Motors to make ventilators after days of talks he called wasting time.
We will not hesitate to use the full authority of the federal government.
The number of confirmed coronavirus cases in the U.S. has now passed through the 100,000 mark, more than any country. In Los Angeles, the floating naval hospital Mercy arrived with 1,000 hospital beds. At this New York City funeral home, just blocks from a hospital where more than a dozen coronavirus patients have died, saying goodbye becomes even more difficult.
They also are afraid of contracting the COVID and bringing it home, so they end up just having a closed casket.
In Chicago, another predicted hotspot. Michael Bain is hospitalized with the coronavirus.
It was moved to the ICU last night.
When he awoke this morning, he said the number of patients on his floor had doubled. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
And also, top general expects the military to start calling up reserve units to join the effort to increase hospital capacity. Representative Greg Gianforte spoke on the floor of the U.S. House in support of the stimulus package, noting the House vote comes the day after Montana's first recorded death from the virus and Montana's concerns for health and financial security of their families and businesses.
We're addressing many of these concerns today in the CARES Act. It helps families and workers so they can pay their bills and put food on the table. It provides loans and grants to small businesses so they can keep their doors open. It boosts funding to support those on the front lines, from hospitals to healthcare providers, the CDC, and the VA clinics.
Many businesses are impacted by coronavirus closures.
We often think of those like bars and restaurants, but as MTN's Sam Hoyle reports, fly fishing outfitters are also bracing for changes to their business.
It's no question that Montana is the mecca for trout fishing, more specifically, fly fishing. But now with COVID-19 concerns grabbing a hold of the Treasure State, this virus is leaving outfitters along with many other working professionals high and dry.
Prior to this past week was just delays in trips, so now people are canceling.
Chris Strainer has owned and operated Cross Currents Fly Shop for over 2 decades and said this year has been and will be unlike any other year that he's seen in the outfitting industry, as many people who have booked their trips through his guide service are rethinking their excursion.
Canadian clients are probably they're the folks that are really concerned because of the border issue, and also some of them are older. A lot of our clients tend to be in their 70s, and so those are the folks that are most concerned about coming to Montana to fish.
When asked about his concerns for this season, Strainer noted that his main concern for right now is keeping both his clients and his guides safe, but also understands that this virus has the potential to stick around for a portion of the fly fishing season.
Our main concern is safety of the guides and of the clients, so that'll be this season. And mainly we're looking at April, May, and June for being that difficult time.
In Craig, Sam Hoyle, MTN News.
Well, after a very nice and sunny start to the day, our Storm Tracker weather team is now tracking some cloudier skies this evening.
So Brandon, despite the clouds, it was still pretty comfortable today.
Yeah, the temperatures really weren't too bad. Actually, a little bit warmer than what it was yesterday. So some improvements there, even though we didn't really improve as far as the sunshine is concerned. Actually, right on schedule for both the high and the low today. 49 degrees our high temperature. That is our average high. 26 our low. That is our average low. So kind of a normal spring day for us here today. Current temperatures in Great Falls. We're at 35 degrees right now, so we haven't fallen off too much. We do have those cloudy skies in place. We've also got that southwest wind that helps to keep us mild overnight tonight. It also makes us feel a little bit chillier. Feels like 26 right now with that wind blowing at 14 miles per hour. Again, we are still seeing quite a bit of cloud cover. I think the Doppler network might be undershowing some of these clouds across the area, but in general, we're expecting mostly cloudy skies through the night tonight, but that is not the case as we head into the day tomorrow. Actually going to see a lot of sunshine for our Saturday, and our temperatures are going to be reflecting that. With all that sunshine in the forecast, our temperatures actually jumping well up into the 50s for Saturday, and looking ahead to Sunday, that actually looks even warmer still. We'll have more on that coming up later.
All right, thanks, Brandon. Still to come, navigating nuptials.
Engaged couples are having to make some last-minute changes to wedding plans amid coronavirus closures.
Powered by the Montana Television Network. The 10 o'clock news continues on KRTV, Montana's news leader.
Welcome back. The coronavirus and its effects have caused many people to have to reschedule events, including many couples planning to get married.
MTN's Caitlin Boycell talks with one couple in that situation.
Because hope is powerful at this time.
An empty room filled with lights and color. It's supposed to be filled up with people's guests for their big day, but as you can see, it's a ghost town.
In my 25 years of doing events, this has really been a double whammy, and here's why. Not only are we dealing with everyone being sick, but then we're having to deal with people who have spent years planning their special day, brides who are calling you up in tears saying that their wedding is ruined, and what we're trying to do is provide hope.
One of those couples was Ian and Brittany, who was supposed to have their wedding at this venue Saturday night, but made changes and is having it at their home Friday night.
We are able to accommodate the 6-foot distance in our backyard, so everyone's spaced out perfectly.
And we went from about 80 people that we were potentially going to have to the 10 that are going to be here this afternoon. We decided to move it up to today, with the lockdown going into effect at midnight.
Yeah.
So.
But the event center has a plan in action for the couples.
So what we've done here at the Great Falls Wedding and Event Center is we've been speaking to our brides and postponing their dates that were scheduled for March, April, and early June, and moving them to dates in the fall.
Couples have had to figure out different solutions.
Most have been completely understanding of what's going on. It's something that they have no control over, and they know that we don't either. So usually when they first call, it's that slight pause of, well, who would have thought this?
I'm excited, even though, all the plans we've made is kind of up in the air. I don't know, I think it's going to be great.
Yeah.
Small.
If you gave me 10 guesses of what would stop someone's wedding, this would never have been popped up.
Reporting in Great Falls, Caitlin Boycell, MTN News.
If you do have a deposit with the Great Falls Wedding and Event Center, you can get your full deposit back, but they'd also like to work with you to find another date.
Well, we are tracking a pretty big cool down in the extended forecast. The next couple days, though, looking pretty nice. We'll break that all down coming up.
Now, here's your Storm Tracker weather forecast with meteorologist Brandon Michaels.
Here in Great Falls, we had some clouds roll in into the afternoon hours and kind of limit our temperatures a little bit. It was still a comfortable day, 49 degrees, but didn't quite get to that 50 mark where we had a little bit more sunshine. Glasgow, Havre, especially Jordan, Miles City as well. Temperatures got to be a little bit warmer, actually all the way up into the 50s today with that sunshine. There's still got some clear skies in those areas, so temperatures there have fallen a little bit more quickly through the night tonight. 36 right now in Glasgow, 37 in Jordan. That's very, very close to what we're at in Great Falls at 35 degrees. That cloud cover is keeping us from getting all that cool through the night tonight. Now let's take a look at the current Doppler network here, and we've definitely got a lot of cloud cover all across at least the western half of north central Montana. Still a little bit clearer off to the east. Again, that's why the temperatures are falling a little bit more quickly in that area. Let's take a look at future track here. Through the night tonight, we are going to be continuing to see a good amount of cloud cover across north central Montana. In general, I think those clouds are going to be expanding off to the east as we head through the night tonight. Into tomorrow, though, clearing. Mostly sunny skies by about noon, maybe a little bit more cloud cover in the afternoon, but not too much. Definitely more sunshine than anything else for our Saturday. Relatively clear into Saturday night. Into Sunday, maybe a little bit more cloud cover along the Rocky Mountain front and even getting close to Great Falls, but most of us are going to be enjoying sunshine early in the day. But we are going to see another shot of moisture moving up from the southwest here, and as that spreads over, we will see some more cloud cover, and as you can see here by 9 p.m., a couple of spotty showers here and there too, not out of the question. So not completely dry for our Sunday. By the evening hours, we'll be tracking a few showers here and there. But overall, it's nice mild air that's going to be moving in. We can see that here, these shades of green in general. That's warmer air that's right on top of us. But we're going to zoom out as we head into the day on Sunday. We're still under that nice mild air. It's still nice and warm, but I want to point out this feature heading our way. You can see that area of blue. That's some very cold air with an upper level low. And yeah, you guessed it, that's going to be swinging down towards us as we head through next week. So that means big changes in our temperatures and maybe even a little bit of snow in the forecast. But for now, we're going to focus on the next 48 hours because that's looking actually fairly nice, especially temperature-wise. 30 for Havre and Harlem overnight tonight, same in Great Falls, 30 degrees, 29 for Malta, 30 in Glasgow. Through the day tomorrow with that sunshine, temperatures really going to be climbing through the day, right about freezing as you head out the door, just a tiny bit warmer than freezing at 34 degrees, almost into the 50s already by the early afternoon, and then jumping quickly into the 50s through the day tomorrow. Actual high temperatures, most of us getting in the 50s tomorrow, a couple of cooler spots in the 40s like Lewistown, Geyser, and Cutbank, and also Scobie coming in at 49 degrees. As far as Sunday's highs, even warmer, 50s and 60s across our area. 61 for Malta, 62 for Jordan, 60 in Great Falls, and 61 in Fort Benton. A little bit of a breeze to add on top of that. Saturday here, 20 to 30 mile per hour gusts for Great Falls. Kind of the same thing as we head into the day Sunday. In general, the stronger winds will be off to the west. 7-day forecast now. Again, mostly sunny on Saturday. Starting off fairly sunny on Sunday, but building clouds through the day, but still very warm. 60 degrees the high there. Mostly cloudy and 58 on Monday. And then that system I was talking about pushes in as we head into Tuesday. So that drops our temperatures, gives us a little bit of a wintry mix. Some chances for snow lingering into Wednesday and Thursday, but temperatures really falling only into the 20s by the middle of next week. Tom?